Hey guys, MD Prepper here with another gear review. This time of a little must-have backup to your backup little gear kit that I had purchased a couple years ago, I guess now. This is the Ranger Rick Paracord Survival Kit from Ranger Rick. Not Ranger Rick, the little outdoorsy magazine for kids, but Ranger Rick, a former military guy who's now living in Italy. Makes these things very, very popular, and from what I understand is after he sells a certain number of them, he sends one or two or three of these out to U.S. military guys there out in service for their carrying use. His big thing was that other than your basic carry gear, what kind of actual survival gear do they have? This is good for anybody, military or otherwise, just Joe Blow messing around out in the woods. I put this in my pocket or attached to my belt anytime I go out in the woods, even though if I'm just close to home and don't expect to be gone for long, hey, you never know. This thing weighs very, very little. It has just about everything you need to survive. Now, is it the best you need to survive? No, that is absolutely not the point of this entire little kit. This kit is designed for last ditch, will cover all your basic bases and get the job done if you have the know-how and know how to use it. This will keep you out there for a day or two. Do just fine. Maybe longer if you've got the survival skills. If you know what the heck you're doing, you could last quite a long time with this. This is the Paracord Survival Kit. Like I said before, typically runs about $24.99. You get a little cheaper without the paracord, but hey, the paracord's a must. We'll talk about that in a minute. These do ship out of Italy for $6 shipping. Now, $6 shipping tends to include all the other accessories you may buy with this kit and other things like that. Got a lot of options. It takes a little while to get here because each kit's handmade, but I love this little thing. Fantastic. Now, you may see some stuff here at the other end here. I'll address this first just because these did not come with it. Well, it did actually. This little button compass was free at the time. It comes with another compass, but they were running a special where it came with one additional one at the time for shipping. So I've just got it attached up here. It has a little clamp there to attach to your wristband of your watch, whatever. I don't wear that around regularly, but I keep it on here anyway, just for when I go out in the woods. I will snap it onto my watch band. And you say, well, this thing already comes with a compass, why do I need two? Well, if you don't trust your first compass, compare the other one. Two compasses reading the exact same direction, yeah, you know you're right. If you're not, well, you're screwed anyway. I did happen to attach this little cheap carabiner here to the end just because it's quick and easy to attach to my belt or my pack or whatever the heck I'm walking around with. Just makes things a little bit easier. We'll start with the most obvious part of this, paracord. From what I've seen, they all come in green paracord. Well braided, 550 paracord. I'm not entirely sure how much yardage or length is in this, but as you can see, it's well braided, little four-sided cube there. That is a very reasonable amount of paracord for just about anything, shelter building, that sort of thing. If you unravel it, it's going to get the job done. Now, we're going to sit here and go around this little kit as quick as we can, show you everything this thing came with. First little red container right there. I'm not going to open it up because it's going to be a bear to get back in. But this is your water purification kit. It comes with an unlubricated condom and 2 water tabs, water purification tablets. You go, unlubricated condom. Not looking to get laid in the woods, and why wouldn't I want lubricated? This is a water carrier. It'll hold about 1 liter or so of water, especially if you put it down your sock. Take your sock off, unravel this thing into the sock, put it under a waterfall, something like that. It will fill right up. You can drop your water tabs in, you can twist the top up real nice, carry it around. You got not just water, but a water carrying device that works really well. Obviously you could carry extra water tabs or purification options, but again, last ditch attempt, condom works just fine. Next on the list, we have a Acme Tornado Whistle out of England. I don't know if you can tell here, but this thing is glow in the dark, which is fantastic. You drop this thing at night, for whatever reason, you're going to be able to find it easy with your little glow in the dark whistle here. But more importantly, if you're out in the woods in the middle of the night and there's some rescue team or somebody out there, your friends, something like that, looking for you, what's the thing you're going to want first and quickest and easiest if you hear somebody else out there is your whistle. So you're going to be able to see this if it's attached to your pack or your waist or just laying right there beside you as you camp out. This thing has no little ball or bead inside, so it won't freeze up. It's incredibly loud. I'm not going to blow it as hard as I could, but here goes. That'll get noticed. So, an absolute must for signaling. Next in signaling is this little contraption. You say, what in the heck is that? This is a little folding mirror, three-sided little folding mirror, if you can see the edges there, wrapped in what appears to be orange duct tape. Again, orange being useful for signaling, that type thing, but primarily this holds your signal mirror together. You can obviously use this more for signaling and also for personal hygiene, that sort of thing. Very useful, very lightweight. Now, got a little lightweight Ridge Runner folding knife with a little bit of serrations on it. See that right there? This is a small little knife. You say, hey, that's kind of not much of a knife. You're right, it's not. It's not supposed to be. You go out in the woods, if you're a man and you're around here in the South, you better be carrying a basic fold or pocket knife at the very least. And anytime I go out in the woods, I've got a straight blade, fixed blade on me, which is my primary. This is your backup. This may be the backup to your backup. If you're like me, you go out in the woods, I carry a folder and a fixed blade. I'm not going to need this unless all hell breaks loose and I lose everything crossing a stream. I can strike my little fire starter with this. I could gut a fish if I had to, scale a fish, something like that. Cut up some paracord, that sort of thing for cordage. Very, very basic functions. I actually have a big bin full of these little folder knives, Ridge Runners. Bought a big jug of them for next to nothing, give them away for friends who don't tend to carry knives, just so they'll start to learn the glory of carrying a knife around. Can't do much without a knife around. So, not the best, not supposed to be. Next up, we have our little button compass. There you have it. Not the best overall, but we'll get the job done. Very small, very lightweight. Next, probably what I would say is the most important part, other than the paracord and the compass, we got a little teeny tiny magnesium/ferrocenium rod. You can scrape some of the magnesium off the back side of this for fire starting, strike your match, or strike your fire with your blade there. Again, not huge, but again, it's not supposed to be. This will do more than you'll probably ever need it to do. Striking fires, that'll get the job done. Next, if we're going around here in proper order, now these three, hang on just a second, let me get these untangled. You have got a little mini LED light. This thing is quite bright. From Ranger Rick, he says this is probably about half the cost of this entire kit. Without this, it would cost a lot less, but very small little LED light. You can lock it into place, or you can just barely tap it as you need it, and it'll turn itself on and off. If you need to do signal type stuff, SOS, whatever, or if you just don't need to burn your light for long, if you just need to see something for a second, puts out a darn good amount of light in low light conditions, so that's a nice little plus. Now over here, what in the world is this little contraption? See it wrapped up? Obviously that's 550 paracord. That is, in the insides, a little wire saw. Very useful for cutting down small trees, limbs, that sort of thing. And the paracord lets you attach to the handholds so that you can get a good grip without tearing into your hands. So that's also tremendously important. Very, very good. Like that a lot. Moving along here to the last little item. This is your fishing kit and snare kit. You've got some bank line in there, you've got some eyelets and some very small hooks, that sort of thing, and some very small pieces of wire. I'm not going to open that up entirely because, again, hard to get back in this little container, but a fishing kit would obviously be the most important thing. Other than just tying your bank line to the end of a string, you can actually have some eyelets and make it a proper little fishing rod if you need to with your little hooks. You know, grab some grubs or small insects, that sort of thing. That's obviously going to be your quickest, easiest source of protein out in the wild. But you can also use that bank line and some of the wire in there as a snare. If you need to, you know, if you're sleeping for the night, you might as well, if you have the time, set up a few snares so that when you wake up in the morning, you might have a little squirrel or something like that caught. Chipmunk, any little thing. Any food's better than nothing. You can't spend your whole time fishing. You got to build your shelter, that sort of thing. Again, the whole kit cost me, I believe, $24, maybe $25. Shipping is about $6. You can get some other additional add-ons to this with no addition to the shipping. But a great little kit. Every time you buy one, you pretty much support our troops overseas, because Ranger Rick's going to, after enough purchases, send some of these overseas to our guys. Well, I guess if he's overseas, he's going to just send some to the guys. Highly recommend it. Obviously, you could put a better knife on here if you wanted to. You could add little whatever extras you want, extra water tablets, whatever. This is a good little starting kit for anybody who's trying to make a little quick survival kit, doesn't know what to do. Again, there's better stuff, but I like this one. This gets the job done, does it well. Carry it all the time. Can't say enough good things about it for the price. MD Prepper out.